Pat Gray is here on the Blaze Radio Network.
Thanks for joining us. 888-900-3393. Also, Pat Unleashed on Twitter if you'd like to get in touch with us during the course of the show. Why did you put the bingo card out, Keith? Oh, that's right. We were talking about me. All right. I'm just wondering if you wanted me to share all the bingo information.
Oh, no, that's only
right
for
top
subscribers every now and then.
Does happen sometimes.
Overtime.
On Pat Gray Overtime. Yeah, for subscribe. If you want to be a subscriber, it's easy to do. Go to blazetv.com/Pat and put in the password, the
promo
key
code?
phrase, the promo code, if you will.
The phrase that pays. Pat.
And get $10 off.
Oh, by the way, I think on today's Pat Gray Overtime, we might have to do a little follow-up on our pop music story yesterday.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
Look forward to that.
Well, we talked about it. Something from years ago. This is a tease here, you see, for Pat Gray Overtime. Tune in today to get more music fun than you can handle. Something.
So there's that. And then there's Joe Biden. And man, is that guy inspirational. He is fantastic.
Yeah.
What I love about Joe Biden is that not only is he completely out to lunch, but when he shows you he's out to lunch, he usually repeats that performance again down the line and still screws things up. It's incredible. The other day, for instance, when he was talking about he was actually asked about Title 42, and he conflated the mask mandate with it. Well, he did it again with another question. I think this is a separate incident. Tell me if this is this the same exact reference as we played the other day?
On Title 42, sir, are you considering delaying lifting Title 42?
Yeah.
No, what I'm considering is continuing to hear from well, first of all, there's going to be an appeal by the Justice Department.
Right.
Because as a matter of principle, we want to be able to be in a position where if, in fact, it is strongly concluded by
So it's the same one we played the other day.
scientists
Same one.
that we need Title 42, that we be able to do that. But there has been no decision on extending Title 42.
So he's mixing up the mask mandate again with Title 42. Then earlier this week, he also spoke about wonders of the world. I think. I'm not sure.
You know, our natural wonders are, inspire, and the reflection inspires us to take action.
Good.
Okay, so the natural wonders are inspired to take action? Is that what?
And that was not Kamala.
No.
Okay.
No. We had this.
And we're also joined today by Larson and...
By Larson
I know.
I know. How often does that happen to him? And nobody talks about it. We had to go to Australia to find this one, the Australian Sky Network. They are big into featuring all of the Biden screw-ups and the fact that he's got cognitive decline. And they show it all the time. But I haven't even seen this particular clip. He stands there. He doesn't know where he is, what he's talking about, where to go from here.
And we're also joined today by Larson and...
Larson?
You know.
Wow. Then there's the repeated brag about traveling 17,000 miles with Xi Jinping. I don't know why he's so into that, but he is right now.
I was with Xi Jinping. I've traveled with 17,000 miles and have spent more time with any other world leader over a total of, I think, and we're up to 90-some hours of talking or meeting together over the last 6-7 years. And we were in the foothills of the Tibet.
Wait, you were in the foothills of the Tibet?
The Tibet.
Is that near the Afghanistan and the Iraq? Everything like such as? Or...
I personally believe that U.S. Americans are unable to do so.
Right.
Because some people out there in our nation don't have maps, and I believe that our education, like such as in South Africa and the Iraq, everywhere
such as
I believe that
the Tibet,
they should. Our education over here in the U.S. should help the U.S. Should help South Africa.
Help South Africa.
And should help the Iraq and the Asian countries.
Should help the Iraq.
So we will be able to build up our future for our children.
So we can build up our future for our children. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. So there was that Xi Jinping classic, and then there's this one.
America is a nation that can be defined in a single word.
Yeah.
I was in the foothills of the Himalayas with Xi Jinping.
What?
Traveling with him. I actually traveled 17,000 miles when I was vice president. I don't know that for a fact.
Why do you keep saying it then? He doesn't know it for a fact, but he keeps saying it over and over and over again. Matter of fact, he doesn't know hardly anything for a fact. He just throws stuff out there.
And how did he start off that clip?
Yeah, there's a single word.
America is a nation that can be defined in a single word.
Are we going to get that?
What?
I was in the foothills of the Himalayas with Xi Jinping.
Excuse me? Is the word?
Traveling with him. I actually traveled 17,000 miles when I was vice president. I don't know that for a fact.
Wow, jeez.
No, the word is...
Oh, my gosh.
I was in the foot...
That's the word. Thank you, Corey. Thank you.
America is a nation
can be
defined in a single word.
Defined in a single word, and that word is...
I was in the
excuse me.
Would you like to buy a vowel?
Oh, he still couldn't get it. He could buy every letter on the board and still not get it. Whew. Wow. He did flip the switch on Trump's incandescent light bulb plan, though, so that's good. Because didn't this start back with Bush?
Yeah.
George W.
Yeah, this is about 2006, I think. This is the same. I think this might be the same bill that screwed up our daylight savings.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Yeah. So anyway.
And isn't this what cost you to go out and buy a bunch of light bulbs? Is it the same bill?
It's the same one. Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. Okay. Yeah.
In yet another rollback of a Trump-era policy, Biden's Department of Energy yesterday finalized a new efficiency rule to phase out older, high-energy incandescent light bulbs. The new rule states that light bulbs must emit a minimum of 45 lumens per watt. Okay. Lumens are, of course, a measurement of brightness. The rule is an effective nail in the coffin for incandescent bulbs, which use a higher wattage than LED bulbs for the same amount of brightness. Old bulbs that don't meet the new standard will need to be phased out of production within 75 days. And the Department of Energy will work with manufacturers to ease the transition. Oh, good. Well, then it'll be fixed.
So that's going
to go well.
Bush law, Obama implemented, and then
Trump reversed.
Trump said, screw that. And now Biden's like, oh, yeah, well, screw that. Ugh, I mean, this is a banana republic.
And then if Trump gets back in, he'll say, screw that, that you screwed that, that I screwed that.
We are a stable government.
Oh, yeah.
Aren't we?
Everything's going well. It's really working nicely. Full enforcement of the rule will go into effect in July 2023, which is also the deadline for retailers to stop them. The move is the culmination of decades-long bipartisan efforts to phase out inefficient light bulbs. Mm-hmm. Energy efficiency standards were included in an energy bill, as you said,
is this the one?
Passed under Bush and implemented during Obama. It's a weird thing because I think Bush was in favor of this, wasn't he?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
But the Trump administration rolled those regulations back. In 2019, Trump himself complained about the light coming from the LED light bulbs, once telling House Republicans, I always look orange in the energy efficient lighting. Yeah, he does always look orange. He's right about that. So I think that might be because he is orange.
Okay.
I think that's a possibility.
Yeah. So we got the environmental thing for the light bulbs coming back.
Yeah.
That's exciting.
Really happy about that.
I love it.
Really cool. That's great. Speaking of the climate and all that, did you? I didn't even see the story until today.
No.
That a climate change activist burned himself alive on Friday. Jeez.
I did not see this until just now. Yeah.
Climate activists have hailed Win Bruce as a martyr for burning himself alive before the U.S. Supreme Court steps in protest of climate change. Mm-hmm. As Breitbart News previously reported, 50-year-old Win Bruce died from injuries he sustained after lighting himself on fire in front of the Supreme Court to raise awareness about climate change. God, it's just dumb. Why would you do that? What a painful, horrific way to go.
Not effective.
In an incident report, the Washington, D.C. Metropolitan Police Department stated that the 50-year-old Win Bruce of Boulder, Colorado, carried out the act about 6:05 Friday. The MPD, the Supreme Court Police, and Capitol Police all responded to the scene. After being conveyed to a local hospital via helicopter, he died of his injuries. According to Bruce's Facebook page, he was a practicing Buddhist performing an act of self-immolation. In the hours following his untimely death, climate activists have taken to social media to hail him as a hero who performed a compassionate act of self-sacrifice. Okay. Yeah, and it made a complete difference. How many of us have switched as a result?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I just now heard about it. And so now
but you're going to change everything you do, right?
As of right now.
Are you giving up your car?
I'm going to turn off some lights. Did that?
Okay.
See? So there you go.
All right.
Now that's for Bruce. I just turned off my lamp. So as Jeffy said, if you're going to set yourself on fire, you don't do it at 6:05 p.m. on a Friday night. I mean, the news cycle
because nobody covered it.
That's when they drop press releases they don't want people to see and government, and you set yourself on fire.
Yeah.
Do it maybe during the day, maybe earlier in the week.
Oh, man.
I've never understood this whole setting oneself on fire. Whether
I haven't either. What a painful way to go.
Right. Like, there was a guy in Australia. Remember we played the video? And the guy was screaming. It was down the road. Remember that shot? Mm-hmm. I may even agree with his point of view. But what good has that ever done?
None. And now we lost him.
Oh.
We lost him. And, seriously, did you raise awareness? I don't know. We're talking about it right now, but we might have anyway. Well, we were anyway. I mean, just because somebody's aware of it, I think almost everybody's aware of climate change to some degree.
That is truly the most overused word.
It is.
It means nothing.
It's asinine.
Awareness.
Mm-hmm.
I'm aware of something.
Yeah.
Wow.
I'm aware of it. Okay. That doesn't mean I agree with your position on it, like we should spend trillions of dollars to negate the weather, because I don't think we can. As we talked about yesterday, 115,000 years ago, this planet was on almost exactly the same climate trajectory that we're on today. The same temperatures, the same supposed receding glacier situation. It's just that the ocean back then was 20 to 30 feet higher than it is now.
I'm sorry, 20 to 30 feet. What's that?
Higher.
Higher.
Yeah.
You say.
Yeah. So they're trying to figure out where that came from. Well, how'd that happen if it's everything else was like exactly the same? And how did that happen? Was that man-caused climate change? I don't think so.
And your source for this crazy talk was what now?
The Washington Post. Those ridiculous conservatives at the Washington Post. It's amazing that they ran that story.
It is.
It's amazing.
Sometimes you wonder if the editor's out of town at some of these publications.
Yeah.
Maybe they're on vacation and some guy who's like not sure.
How'd that sneak through?
Yeah.
And then you see the climate change garbage that they spew the rest of the year, and you forget that, they once wrote an article that was actually true.
Yeah. Yeah, I hate it. I was out of town that weekend. I was on vacation. I hadn't been on a vacation in 3 years. And then I left Joey in charge over there. And now these right-wing talk show hosts are going to reference that forever. I'll never go on a vacation again. Lesson learned.
Yep. So, We'll see. We'll see now if the climate completely, people turn around on it now and just really decide, okay, I'm going to recycle. I'm not going to drive anymore. Mm-hmm. I'm going to take my bicycle to work, and I'm not going to eat meat. Mm-hmm. I'm a vegan now.
Oh wait, there's a meat consumption is up. Despite the right here. That's right. Look at my finger right here. Yeah. But you're not going to remember the name of Win Bruce 2 weeks from now.
No, you're not.
You won't remember that.
It's really sad that he did that because what a waste. Despite popular culture pushing meat alternatives, I love the meat plant-based meat product.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds delicious. Let me run out and get some for more than I would pay for actual meat. That really entices me.
Meat product awareness. That's where it ends for me.
You gonna burn yourself alive?
I'll consider it. For a hamburger?
Yeah, okay. Mm-hmm. Despite popular culture pushing those meat alternatives and legacy media insisting that Americans are consuming less red meat, Americans are eating more beef today than 5 years ago.
Right.
They're refusing to ditch red meat in defiance of fad diets and plant-based meat substitutes like Impossible and Beyond lines of burgers, taking over space on restaurant menus. Well, yeah. I mean, does it taste similar? Yeah, I guess it does, but it's not even better for you.
I don't like the aftertaste on that crap, man. Like, I can taste that plant garbage after each bite. Seriously. And I've tried one of those little Whopper things a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
And I said, no thanks.
Yeah, we've definitely tried these. And they were, they were okay. Yeah. They didn't make me vomit. But you look at the nutritional value of them, they're no better for you than meat is.
No, than dog food, remember?
Right.
Dog food was more healthy.
Yeah.
Or had more nutrients or whatever it was.
Yeah, and they're not less calories. I mean, why would you switch to that? Why?
It's why fill in the blank. Virtue signal.
Yeah.
I eat a plant-based centered life.
A plant-based centered life. I guess you can brag about it. That's why. That's why you do it. So you can yak about it to the media. I lead a plant-based centered life. And? What? So?
And remember,
I care
at
about
that press conference, he said that about 8 times.
Yeah, he did. Yep.
And it's not even...
What he inferred was he's superior to us now because of it. Because you eat a plant-based centered life, that's better?
How do you eat a life?
I don't know.
I wonder.
I don't know. The New York Post reported that the average American consumed 58.6 pounds of red meat in 2021. In 2017, it was only an average of 54 pounds. So we've gone from 54 pounds to 58.6.
And this is despite the price of meat going up.
Yeah.
Huh?
Yes.
We don't care, man.
We're eating roughly 5 pounds more of red meat than 5 years ago.
This is the exact opposite of what the Great Reset is trying to do to us. Make us eat a plant-based centered life, right?
Yep.
And it's by jacking up the price and providing these meat alternatives. Mm-hmm. And look at America. America's like, nah.
Yeah, whatever.
We're Americans.
Do what you want. Go ahead and eat bugs like the stupid UN tells us to all the time. You do that.
We'll be
you
over
do
here.
you. We'll be eating our steak.
Our ribeyes over here.
All right. The New York Post suggested veganism is a fad that might be on the way out. Oh, I hope so. That'd be great. The Post said that New York City's exclusive dining scene has even pulled the plug on restaurant projects featuring meatless menus. Oh. Nobody wants it. Nobody wants it. The Post said owners of a new skyscraper, 425 Park Avenue, pulled the plug on a planned new restaurant there by EMP chef owner Daniel Hum because he insisted on an all-vegan menu. Good for you, Daniel. You go for that. Hum also got the boot from Claridge's Hotel in London over the same issue. Wow. The Post also suggested that figures in popular culture continually insisting that a meatless diet is the future is an example of them being hilariously out of touch with the masses. That's for sure. The media-propelled notion that Americans have turned from red meat to fake meat is a case of Park Slope talking to Park Slope. Elites hilariously out of touch with the masses, according to the Post. New York Times recently suggested Americans were increasingly moving towards meatless diets by citing a 2019 Gallup poll indicating that 1/4 of its respondents ate less meat. Must be the other 3/4 of us making up for that.
Yeah, I eat a meat-based,
It's more for us.
centered life.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Me too. Americans, we want meat. Mm-hmm. And it's good for you. The protein is good for, if you, all things in moderation, right? If you're just smart about it, and I'm not, obviously, but if you can be smart about it and just eat a normal diet, and you're going to be fine. Plants that they have to add all kinds of weird things to and try to make it like, you're, putting fava beans in there. I don't know what you're doing with it to make it meaty. But whatever it is, it's not healthy for you. That's the weirdest part of it to me is you're still getting fat from it. If you're eating the same amount, it's still porking you up. Wow. So let me eat. Yeah, go ahead. I don't know. It just the world doesn't make sense anymore.
No, and remember, you're not supposed to spend a nanosecond trying to make it make sense.
Right.
It's a waste of time.
Yes. What I do like, though, is the outrage over Elon Musk. This is so much fun to watch all these liberals, all these lefties squirm and cry and whine and scream and yell about how scared they are now because Elon Musk, that meanie might let people talk. Oh, no. Really? Mm-hmm. It is. They're getting a taste of what we've had to deal with now forever. And they do not like it. They can't handle it because they're certainly not used to this. They are not used to having to worry about other people's opinions. It's really amazing. Top Twitter lawyer Viaya Gad or Gaddy, I'm not sure how she pronounces her name, called a virtual meeting with the policy and legal teams she oversees to discuss what the new ownership could mean for them. Oh, no. Gaddy cried during the meeting as she expressed concerns about how the company could change. According to 3 people familiar with the meeting, she acknowledged that there are significant uncertainties about what the company will look like under Musk's leadership. We may have to hear other points of view. No! People might actually be allowed to speak the truth on this platform.
Oh, no. Oh.
What if?
Oh, no, here we go.
While listening to the logic and reason of the right.
Yeah.
What if someone changes their mind? But that's what they're dealing with now. There's a lot of what ifs. And where will this thing go from here?
I love it. Their world has been flipped upside down.
It has.
And it is a beautiful thing to see.
And it just shows how fragile they are. Man, they can't deal. They can't deal with anything. She spoke at length about how proud she is of the work of her team has done, squashing conservative points of view.
Yeah.
They've done a great job on that. She offered employees encouragement, urging them to keep striving to do good work at the company by squashing more right-wing opinions.
End quote.
Well, yeah, I've paraphrased a little bit.
Speaking.
Yes.
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
General idea.
Gaddy, who has worked at Twitter since 2011, is the key executive charged with overseeing Twitter's trust and safety, legal and public policy functions. Oh, she's done a wonderful job, hasn't she?
She's good at this.
She's seen internally as Twitter's moral authority.
Oh, right.
And the executive tasked with handling sensitive issues like harassment and dangerous speech.
Oh, she's
terrific.
She's that one behind the screen. Okay.
She played a leading role in negotiating the deal between Twitter and Musk, according to one person familiar with the dynamics. You know what's interesting about all this hubbub with Twitter is Jack Dorsey is in favor of Elon Musk takeover.
It's been really weird.
Yeah, I was really surprised. He said he's the singular person that he trusts to be able to fix the company.
Yeah. I don't know, man.
What?
Weird.
I didn't think Musk and Dorsey got along. I mean, Musk has mocked him, said some, not terribly nice things about Jack Dorsey, frankly, and I'm sure Dorsey deserved it. But it's interesting now that he supports the move. And he believes that Musk is the guy who can make Twitter realize its potential. So we'll see.
Other lefties not so convinced, and they are speaking out. You've got that. Who's that guy on MSNBC?
Ari Melber.
Okay, I don't know this guy.
Looks like you don't Reagan need to because nobody cares.
Looks
Nobody
like
knows
Ronnie
who he
Reagan.
is. Oh,
like the son.
Yeah,
Ron Jr.
To
me. Anyway, so he was talking.
Here he is talking about his concerns.
If you own all of Twitter or Facebook or what have you, you don't have to explain yourself. You don't even have to be transparent. You could secretly ban one party's candidate or all of its candidates.
Pause it.
All of its nominees.
Right.
No!
Right. Is this breaking news to them?
The unbelievable self-awareness as they spew this bullcrap. Do you not understand that's exactly what's been going on at Twitter and Facebook?
And as he continues here,
that's incredible.
He continues to explain exactly what they have done in recent years.
Let's see it.
Or all of its candidates, all of its nominees, or you could just secretly turn down the reach of their stuff and turn up the reach of something else.
Like they've been doing to
might
us.
Not even find out about it till after the election. Elon Musk says this is all to help people because he is just a free speech, philosophically clear, open-minded helper.
Wow, that is incredible.
It's embarrassing.
It is. It is. It's like, yeah, hello? Have you met Twitter yet? Dumbass? It's been going on for 15 years.
Have you met Facebook?
Yeah, really.
Have you met Google?
Right.
Have you met any social media platform run by the left?
Gosh. Well, and they're all run by the left, really, except for the alternatives that are kind of Johnny-come-latelys and they don't have the reach that the main ones have. At least yet. We'll see. This is going to be interesting because now all the left are like, well, I'm going to leave Twitter. I'm going to take my toys and go somewhere else.
Uh-huh.
All right. Do it. Good. Let's see how that works out for you.
Yeah.
Let's see how it works out.
Oh, I just had a list of liberals that
are threatening?
Yeah. Mark Hamill, Keith Olbermann.
Mark Hamill.
Let's see. Who was
Olbermann. We'll miss him, won't he?
Howard Dean.
Oh, yeah, Howard Dean. I saw that.
And actually, the white guy playing the black dude, Sean King.
Sean King already.
He acted like he said, I'm out of here. And then I don't know, it looked like he had deactivated, but then he came back the next day and tweeted out that beautifully crafted message, I'm back, MFers. In fact,
somebody helped him with that because that's too deep.
Right.
That's too deep.
I love
him.
this meme. Do we have time for this meme that features Elon Musk and Sean King? Look at this.
Successful billionaire African American on the left,
Elon
and on
Musk.
the right, some angry, jealous white dude.
Yeah. So Elon Musk on the left, and then the white guy.
I like how I don't know, in photos or something. He always looks yellow because he's not black. Mm-hmm. He's not really white because he's done stuff to himself.
Well, it's the incandescent bulbs
that's what it is. Okay.
Trump talked about this.
Turns some people orange, some people yellow.
Yeah.
All right.
It's amazing.
Again, how does that guy have 1 ounce of credibility? Sean King pretending to be a black man, and he's not. That should be embarrassing, right? Wouldn't you think that people would look down on you a little bit after that? Or at least not listen to anything you had to say after that? Jeez. Yeah, so the battle lines are forming. I'm going to leave Twitter. Okay. It won't hurt our feelings much. Go ahead. Go ahead. We've got a little Chewin the Fat coming up with Jeffy. We'll do that next. Welcome. 888-900-3393. Pat Unleashed on Twitter. Oh, wow. This musical interlude means a little something. means as soon as it's over.
It's an Infinity commercial? Is that what that means?
No, it's not an Infinity.
No.
Why? Why would this be an Infinity commercial? I don't even understand the reference, Keith. What do you mean?
Yeah. Okay, get off my Twitter feed.
Time to chew the fat again with Jeffy momentarily.
I don't know necessarily appreciate the way you say again. I mean,
Again.
it's again.
Didn't seem like he was into it, did it?
No,
This is an event.
excited. Thank you. Plus, in promoting the event, you called it a little chewing the fat, which
Really?
Yeah, there's nothing little about this segment.
That's a good point. Okay.
all right.
We made it again. We made it.
Times are getting tough. Well, unless you're selling pot in Michigan, and I'll get to that. But I have a couple of job openings, part-time. Hopefully that will help people out. Favor, a Texas-based food delivery company, looking for an eater to sample tacos all over the state as their first ever chief taco officer. Interested eaters create a video application, submit a short form to the Favor's website by May 12th, favordelivery.com/CTO. The lucky person will receive $10,000 for the duration of your role, which is a couple of months, June and July. Free food, accommodations, and transportation. Free Favor delivery for a year and customized Favor swag, and who doesn't want that? And, of course, documenting the experience on social media of the taste testing is a must. I mean, that's your gig. I mean, it's a pretty good gig, and it may turn into something more if you do a great job producing your taco eating videos. One more opening. The post office at Port Lockroy, also known as the Penguin Post Office, popular tourist destination.
And where's that?
Is it just off the west side of the Antarctic Peninsula?
Oh, wow.
They claim they receive 18,000 visitors each season, but okay, if you say so. It's also filled with penguins. It's a seasonal position. Runs roughly from November to March. It's a 6-month agreement total. The staff members share a single bedroom. There's no flushing toilet. There's a camping toilet that must be emptied daily. There's no running water or showers. Visiting ships offer staffers showers every few days. That's kind of nice of them. And communication is limited. There's no internet access or cell phone reception. And satellite phone calls are a bit pricey. So staffers have very minimal communication with home. And in the event of an emergency, medical evacuations could take up to about 7 days.
And what's the name of this place again?
So the Penguin Post Office, Port Lockroy.
I'm interested.
And you have a bunch of other responsibilities too. But all that said, $1,800 a month. All pre-deployment travel in the UK is paid for, and training, and also once you're there, all travel, food, accommodation, essential polar clothing are all provided.
Oh, wait, this is like a job? You can't just, like, rent it out? Like a hotel room or
Well,
something?
yeah, you can go there if you want, but,
Yeah.
I mean, why would you just want to go there when you could go there and work
I
and
want
make
to
money?
stay there, like, spend a weekend.
Well, go ahead. You could be one of the 18,000 visitors each
Nice.
season that no
Yes.
one's stopping you from going
Yes.
there.
Let's do a live show from there.
Let's go to the... No, you can. We'll let you use
Yeah,
that
I got
sat
it.
phone
I
and
got
call
it.
in live.
Yeah, but you said
No
it was
problem. That's a good
pricey.
idea.
It was pricey, though.
That's a good idea. It's run by the UK Antarctic Heritage Trust, and who doesn't love them? So good luck. And now that for the state of Michigan, the great state of Michigan, and pot sales. Last Wednesday was 420, day of celebration for pot smokers, and of course the people who sell it. Specifically in Michigan, customers bought more than 2.3 tons of marijuana. Twitter message from the Cannabis Regulatory Agency Director, Andrew Brisboe. The daily sales by weight were up 242% from 2021 and 444% compared to 2020. They also talked about in 2020, the total sales were a little over 3 million, 3.5 million. In 2021, 10.5 million. This year, $15,558,079 in sales in Michigan. So not bad. They also tracked the sale of 140,000 vaping cartridges, an increase of 40,000 from last year. So business in Michigan is definitely going to pot.
Nah. See what you did there?
I did.
It's going to pot. It's going to pot.
Speaking of going to pot.
Yes.
Reminder to subscribe to my daily show, Chewing the Fat. Titled the same as this very segment. By the way, Chewing the Fat with Jeff Fisher. Subscribe any platform that warms your heart. Chewing the Fat with Jeff Fisher.
Let me ask you a question. Have you been able to keep the price down? Is it still free?
It is.
Wow. Congratulations on that effort, because I know
you're welcome.
It takes everything you got to keep that price down. So I hope people appreciate it. I really do.
I hope so too. Mm-hmm. That's why I don't like to talk about it, but you keep,
I know.
You bring it up because
I think
I work hard behind the scenes.
You deserve some recognition for that incredible effort.
I appreciate it. I appreciate you realizing that how hard it is.
Yeah.
All right. Under the
they want so desperately.
All right, you're going to piss me off now. We're going to.
The number I keep hearing is $49.95 a month. That's what they want for it, but.
No, I won't have it.
You won't have it.
I won't have it.
You won't have it.
This will not happen. Okay. Were you in the last meeting? Because it sounds really familiar. Under the heading of expected to see in the hallway of Mercury Studios, one of the gingham pinafore dresses worn by Judy Garland in the 1939 film Wizard of Oz.
Wait, is it? That is out here.
We have that, yeah.
Considered lost for nearly 4 decades. You don't have this
lost
one.
Because it's been in our studio.
You don't have this one, my friend.
Hello.
Okay.
Yeah, call Glenn It's Glenn Beck, Beck.
Yeah. We don't have this one. This one was the one that they found at the drama department of Catholic University of America. It was lost for like 40 years. It was given to them and then misplaced. And then it showed up last year. And
misplaced. Somebody took it home.
I think so too. You know. But the Bonham's Classic Hollywood auction is going to put it up for auction at the end of May. And it's the dress is one of only 4 of the original costume in existence, and one of only 2 that still include the white blouse.
Isn't the white blouse on ours?
Yeah.
I don't know if that's the original one.
Do we have one of 2?
We very well may have.
We need to ask Glenn, because that's...
We very well may have.
How much is this going for, does it say?
They're hoping to get between $800,000 and $1.2 million.
I gotta go.
My
See you all
gosh.
later.
Yeah.
Bye.
Wow.
This particular one that they're auctioning off, they claim that has been pinpointed is the one that she wore in the scene when she confronts the Wicked Witch of the West in her castle. So it was in the film.
Wow.
But I mean,
I think that one out there was too. I mean,
I feel like it was too.
It's pretty valuable if it's what I think it is.
I'd hate to have that thing.
Maybe it's a replica. I don't know.
Misplaced.
I will meet you gentlemen in Mexico after the show. I'll bring the dress.
Speaking of iconic films, we have a new one. A new iconic film that is going to be out in July. I know.
What?
It's iconic already?
Barbie. Barbie.
You're
along with
me.
her pink convertible in U.S. theaters.
Wow.
July of 2023. Starring Margot Robbie.
Oh, well, now.
And now, are you interested in Barbie now?
Yeah, it's iconic.
might be interested now.
Looks like Ryan Gosling's going to be Ken. Production.
Oh, really?
All right. Production already began earlier this year in London. And I know what you're thinking. Wait, Mattel is only going to be making Barbie? No. They have projects based on the Magic 8 Ball, Hot Wheels, Masters of the Universe,
All right.
Polly Pocket, Rock'em Sock'em Robots, and the throwback dolls Chatty Cathy and Betsy Wetsy are all in the works.
Oh, my goodness.
So now, how excited are you for the Mattel films that are going to be out there?
Super excited.
I know. I will say that I may. I don't know that I'll see it at theaters.
Yeah.
But, you know.
Yeah.
You have to watch it.
So, are they all going to be connected? All these movies? Any idea? Like a franchise or just independent.
I don't work for Mattel, so I'm not sure, but it's Mattel.
Well, I didn't bring the story. So I thought I would ask the guy who was reading it.
I don't know.
Everybody's cashing in, aren't they?
It's either going to be very awesome or very bad.
It's going to be bad.
Nowhere in between.
I almost guarantee it. But they're trying to mimic Marvel and DC, and now Mattel is going to jump into the movie business. Yeah. Bizarre. It's weird.
I know.
But obviously, there's a lot of money to be made if you can find an audience.
Right.
But can they find an audience?
Well, with Margot Robbie,
you got a chance.
You might have a chance.
You got a chance, yeah.
You may bring in a few people like, Dad, can we go see Barbie?
Yes.
All right.
Okay, I'll take you to
All
that.
right, fine.
All right.
Do you want to see if Mommy wants to go? I don't care. I don't care. Under health and science, what was and is no longer again. For years, doctors recommend people in their 50s start taking baby aspirin every day to protect against heart attacks and stroke. The physician task force no longer recommends daily aspirin to prevent a first heart attack or stroke.
Really?
Among people 60 or older. Yeah,
Why?
They also say
ruining
40
your liver
to 59.
or stomach or something, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
So they're saying, don't do it. And there's little benefit in continuing aspirin beyond the age of 75 that they have concluded on that. So, of course, always consult your doctor. But they say because of internal bleeding that increases with age, the potential harms outweigh the benefits.
Wow.
So, hey, don't change for the people who have had a heart attack or stroke or other issues. Still continue to take it. That remains strong for now. And as always, check with your physician. Don't make any choices without your local physician being notified. Oh, and hey, did I mention Pfizer is asking the FDA to authorize a third COVID vax dose for children 5 to 11 years old? Let's just pass it along. Yeah, that's all they're doing. No problem. Don't worry about it. One thing you were talking about a little bit of Elon and Twitter and day 2, but I just want you to remember that it's not free speech unless it's censored, and your opinion matters as long as it's the same as mine. If we can all be on that page, life is good. Okay, don't worry about it. I really feel like Jack is, he's the guy that invented it, right? It's his deal.
Yeah, he's a co-founder.
And he wants it to be what it was originally. He got tied into it becoming what it is, and I don't think he ever really liked it.
No, he apparently didn't.
Yeah,
he's said as much. He said exactly that. In fact, he doesn't like what's going on.
And there's still an out for all these whiny crybabies. But apparently, if they don't approve it, Twitter owes Musk $1 billion. And then if Musk backs out and can't get the financing, he owes Twitter $1 billion. So somebody, it might be worth it to Twitter to say, oops, man, no.
Yeah.
He didn't get the votes. Darn the luck. Here's $1 billion. Take care.
Why would you want the Twitter anyway? It's just a place for straight white dudes. That's what we learned yesterday on The View from Sunny Histon, whatever her name is.
And in fact, on Twitter, it is predominantly straight white men. So when Elon Musk says, wow, this is about free speech, it seems to me that it's about free speech
Are you kidding me?
Straight white men. And so
where do you
let
get
them
that?
have it. Let them just go at it. I enjoy the block button on Twitter. I think it has a real outsized influence in our world because politicians and celebrities are on it.
I'm pretty sure.
Does she have the demographic information available that allows her to say that they're mostly straight white men?
And I actually think I heard, and I'm trying to find
BS.
that, where it's mostly
No, she does not.
women.
She does not.
Women are, I think. Let's see. I don't know, but anyway, I thought I heard something where women are actually more represented on Twitter than men. So whatever.
Wouldn't be surprised.
I may be surprised at that stat.
Plus, there seems to be a lot of special interest groups on Twitter.
Oh, yes.
And anytime you say anything that's not politically correct, you're beaten to death.
Absolutely. And I'd just like to also remind everyone that if you delete your Twitter account If you say you're going to delete your Twitter account and then you tweet everyone telling them that you've deleted your Twitter account, that doesn't count as deleting your Twitter account.
It sure doesn't.
That kind of means you haven't. Just to kind of remind people that doesn't really count. And I see one last story on Sharon Osbourne, proving my theory, 3 cuts to clown face, is true. She talked in a latest interview about a horrendous facelift she went under. At 69 now, Sharon, a procedure that had even Ozzy upset. I had a full facelift done in October. I look like one of those effing mummies that they wrap with bandages. She explained the procedure, which took 5.5 hours. Hurt like hell. You have no idea. It was horrendous. You've got to be effing joking. One eye was different than the other. Oh. I look like effing Cyclops.
Oh, no.
I'm like, all I need is a hunchback. Now, she claims that Ozzy said, I don't care how much it costs, we'll get it redone. I might find that hard to believe. I'm not sure that Ozzy is speaking in full sentences like that.
Look, there she
but this is the latest before she get back to...
I don't see the resemblance to Cyclops. Where's that coming from?
But she said now that her face is settling.
Okay.
She's much happier with the way she looks. So.
Oh, good.
And this is not the first time she's talked about having plastic surgery. So this is at least twice, and I'm guessing she's far beyond twice. So, I mean, she is definitely proving true the theory of 3 cuts to clown face. There's no doubt about that. And that's Chewing the Fat today on Pat Gray Unleashed.
And thank you for it.
No.
Thank you. Jeffy, we mean that. Got to tell you about the huge majority of Democrats who still believe the 2016 election was stolen. The 2016 election was stolen.
Don't you dare.
Yeah.
But don't you dare say 2020 was stolen or there was some election fraud going on. Where's that conspiracy theory coming from, you wacky right-wing kook?
This sounds like insurrectionists right here.
72% of Democrats believe it. 72%. That's incredible.
That sure is.
More Pat Gray Unleashed coming up. 888-900-3393. Number to call. Nuclear war being spoken of more often than I've ever heard it in my lifetime, I think.
No kidding.
Russia told the world not to underestimate the considerable risks of war that it said it wanted to reduce. Oh, okay. Yeah, Russia's trying to reduce the risks. I see.
Are they?
Yeah.
Are they?
And they warned that conventional Western weapons were legitimate targets in Ukraine. The risks are now considerable, according to Sergei Lavrov. And Putin keeps mentioning the nuclear war possibilities, too.
I mean, we keep pushing him back and back, farther back. And I don't know that we've got to, for him to be able to stop without getting his butt kicked.
Yeah,
getting embarrassed.
He's got to have some kind of way to save his face. And if he doesn't, I mean...
I just hope that this is the rhetoric of a desperate guy, not someone who's being completely serious. But, man, it is not feeling good.
Yeah, and the fact that he might be sick or even deathly ill makes it even worse because, maybe he's got nothing to lose, he thinks.
I watched...
I don't know.
Did you see the one video of him at church when they tried to make it out like he was free? I don't know that I thought anything about
I watched
that video.
I thought,
too.
Okay, he's fidgeting around. That doesn't mean anything.
Church.
Unsteady. Putin goes to church. Could barely stand up. No.
He looked like he was standing okay.
Yeah, he was. I mean,
he licked his lips maybe more than he usually did. Okay.
Yeah, he looked like he was fidgeting in church.
Right.
Who among us? Am I right, Jeffy?
Oh yeah, no kidding. In church.
You've been in church? Have you really? Do you know that feeling? Okay.
So Zelensky is saying that there needs to be, what did he say, global control over Russia's nuclear capabilities.
Yeah, that's easy to make happen. Let's just take global control.
Yeah, we'll get right on that.
Who's going to make the call and say, oh, by the way, Vlad, we've taken global control of your nuclear arsenal. I hope you don't mind, but it's already happened. How does that work?
Yeah, that's
that works by us going in and taking control, and that's of course what Zelensky I think would like to see, but it's not going to happen. So he might as well stop.
He may be the one that gets us all killed.
I mean, I don't know.
I know. I mean, I talked about it on Friday. I don't know. I've had about enough
of Zelensky,
of the whole thing.
Yeah,
about enough. If we're not going to do something, if we're not going to,
well, we're not
step in.
Yeah, do you want us to step in? I don't.
If I thought, and I said
you
Friday,
mean militarily, step in.
If I thought that we would go in and kick butt,
well, we wouldn't.
Then yes, I'd be for it.
We wouldn't, because I mean, then you're really raising the risk of nuclear war. Because then what option does he have? The only thing he could do then is launch some sort of nuclear weapon.
I looked
strike.
at the state of his military going into Ukraine. Perhaps the nukes are a little run down.
Maybe
not up to par.
Did you go to the
maybe
next...
he pushes the button and it blows up there.
Okay, but hold on a second. Let's go to the next step. All right, the U.S. President Jeffy, which I rescind my previous endorsement of you.
Day one, I get an escalator to Air Force One.
Okay, we got
that.
Okay. Day two, we invade.
Day two, we invade. Yeah.
We invade what? Hold on. No. Let's seriously. I'm not trying to be difficult here. Would you say send U.S. troops into Ukraine or into Russia?
I don't know
because
that.
Here's what's going to happen. That's going to give an open invitation to China.
Well, let's just take over
we
Asia.
Already have.
Let's go into Ukraine, Russia, and China.
We already have.
Let's take it.
Clean
sweep.
Training military people there, which is, I mean, that's the way it always begins.
Yeah, we've talked about that one.
Yeah, I have. I know.
Vietnam.
It's turning into a nightmare that I don't necessarily want to have. And I don't know any way out of it other than to go in and wipe them out. And you're right. Let's just take it over. Let's take it over.
Whole thing. All of Asia.
It's all.
Asia's always been a problem. Let's just deal with it right now.
It's ours. And
we'd never do that. I believe.
Had we done, I mean, that's what Patton wanted to do.
Yes, he did. And so did MacArthur. Both Douglas MacArthur and General Patton wanted to just get it done.
Let's go.
Let's just do it.
Let's go. We got the men. We got the manpower. We have the military
got the equipment over here.
Let's go.
Let's just take care of it right now. And we could have.
I know.
We could have. So we didn't. No, we didn't. And we wouldn't. We'd never do it right because war is just not fought like that anymore, except by Russia. And they don't do it very well even then. So, I mean, they have not accomplished any of their objectives yet.
No,
I mean, is that amazing after 2.5 months?
Right?
It's incredible to me. It's incredible. They are not who we thought they were, right? I don't think they are at all. And this must open their eyes that they don't want none of this.
Right.
From the United States of America, right? They've got to. Somebody over there has to be saying, "Wait, we can't even take the JV team. How are we going to deal with the varsity? How are we going to do that?" And so, from that standpoint, maybe Russia cools their jets a little bit, and even if they do accomplish something in Ukraine, they don't go any further. Because if they'd go any further, then we have to get involved.
Then we have to.
Then there's treaties involved, and we have to do it because of NATO.
So is it acceptable then to let Russia just have eastern Ukraine?
I don't think so, and it's certainly not to the Ukrainians.
I wonder what out there is available
to save face with that. Yeah.
Thank you. To make Putin feel like he's accomplished something.
Well, I've said before, give them Crimea. They already have it, but you acknowledge it, which they haven't done yet. So acknowledge Crimea. Tell them you won't join NATO for at least 20 years. Now get the hell out.
Right.
That's all they get. That's all they get. You save whatever face you just saved, and you get out. If he's already lost 20,000 troops, they've got to be amenable to something, don't they?
They have to be.
Unless you just don't care about your people, about your soldiers, about your military at all. They've already destroyed, I read, up to a quarter of their ability to conduct war. 1/4 from the Ukraine? Jeez. I mean, hundreds of tanks, hundreds of helicopters, hundreds of aircraft. They've just that huge battleship. I mean, they've just gotten their butts handed to them.
And we continue to send billions of dollars of weapons to Ukraine.
About $4 billion now and counting. And counting. They're talking about another $700 million. Jeez. When does that ever end?
It has to end soon.
But I don't think there's any plan from the Biden. They seem to be picking up steam rather than going the other way. They're starting to enjoy this. Like, hey, yeah, all right, let's give them some more. All right, let's give them some more. Yeah, let's try this. Maybe we can test out some of our new weapons. Give them that. It's amazing. Meanwhile, there's a new poll out of Democratic voters, and they're apparently not all that enamored, not much more enamored with Biden than we are. Stuck with an unpopular president and a weak replacement bench. Oh, that's for sure. Democrat voters appear to be throwing up their hands in frustration when it comes to who they'd like as their 2024 nominee. In a new poll, 29% of Democrats picked Joe Biden. 29%.
I don't know that I believe that, but okay.
Tied for second at 12% were Kamala Harris and not sure. It's great. And that's Biden's base.
Yeah.
Throw in Republicans and independents, and the president in the national survey drops to 19%. So among all voters, 19% want him to run again or would vote for him again in 2024. Not sure, 28%. Not sure beats Joe Biden in the next election 28 to 19%.
Wow. Not sure 2024. There's your title, Daniel.
Yeah.
I mean, seriously. This is wow. That's
incredible, isn't it?
That's a party without any kind of. See, the problem on the Republican side, it's like, okay, well, which alpha male do you want running the show in 24?
Right.
Ron DeSantis or Donald Trump?
Right.
On the Democrat side, they're like, I don't know. Can we have someone that can form a sentence? Anybody available?
Yeah.
Can anybody speak words coherently, please?
You know, and so what are they forced to do? Go back to some retread, you know, like Hillary Clinton or Al Gore.
Or John Kerry.
Jeez.
Boy,
what a nightmare. I mean, they are really in a tough situation. Unless you think that, I don't know, some up-and-coming guy like Beto O'Rourke could win.
I mean, that's the only one they have.
Yeah,
right?
I can't think of anybody else.
Maybe Dingleberry from California.
O'Rourke can't win Texas. How's he going to win
that's right.
the nation?
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, he can't win his own home state. Could you think Gavin Newsom in California? I don't think he'd gather enough support to win.
And they're pumping the other Dingleberry from Maryland too, right?
The other Dingleberry from Maryland.
I don't know their names. Is it Maryland?
Yeah.
Isn't it Maryland's governor? That's
Hogan, is that right?
Yeah.
Larry Hogan?
Yes.
Okay, but speaking of Maryland, because when you said Dingleberry from Maryland, I was thinking, isn't Ed Markey, isn't he a Maryland senator?
No, he's Massachusetts.
Massachusetts. Sorry. Okay. Well, anyway, he had a great tweet yesterday about Twitter that we've got to address at some point.
He sure did. He called for new laws to, quote, promote algorithmic justice.
Yes.
Unquote.
Algorithmic justice. I love it.
Yes, that's what we're looking for now. Elon Musk, he wrote, Elon Musk and a handful of billionaires now have dangerous influence over the most powerful online platforms. They can't be trusted. And self-regulation has failed. We must pass laws to protect privacy and promote algorithmic justice for internet users, especially for kids.
I love this. I love it. They self-regulation has failed. You didn't tweet that a week ago.
Yeah, right. Yeah, that's for sure.
It's all of a sudden it's failed.
Yeah, and all of a sudden a handful of billionaires now have the social media under control. Well, that's been the case forever.
Yes,
since there's been social media, billionaires have been in charge. When was Mark Zuckerberg not in charge of Facebook? When were billionaires not in charge of Twitter? Jack Dorsey's a billionaire.
But who's with me, though? Algorithmic justice. Definitely my favorite kind of justice now. I mean, that beats climate justice, or what was some other good ones? Was there food justice?
Yes, there's food justice. So, there's climate justice.
Algorithmic is my lead horse right now. On the
is that the best kind of justice you think there is?
That's what some of what Elon is actually saying, right? Only he's not saying it the way Markey wants him to say it, but he wants algorithmic justice.
Yeah, and in fact, I think algorithmic justice must be happening right now because a lot of conservative voices out there on their Twitter accounts are exploding with new followers while left-leaning accounts are losing them. I think algorithmic justice, something is happening behind the scenes at Twitter with the ones and the zeros and the coding because, and somebody posted there, I think it was Tim Pool, who's like, I wonder if they're covering their tracks now so that when Elon does take the reins, he can't say, oh my gosh, look at all this malfeasance that was happening.
Yes.
Something is
That's
up.
Very possible.
It's likely.
I mean, it's
likely
we all
happening.
lost thousands during the
January
last
6th.
purge.
Oh, tens of thousands.
And I know that I've been gaining hundreds.
Right. Same
since
here.
This.
Yeah, same here.
So-
I've noticed that, and I've had this tweet about ivermectin working for me just take off in ways that I've never experienced on Twitter, where I was just
so they've been screwing with things,
obviously,
and now they just stopped because they don't want to get caught.
So
yep,
yeah. So I tweeted this out, just to see.
I'm all about algorithmic justice. I'm all about it.
You like it? You like that?
Yeah, I do.
And they claim that 200,000 Katy Perry fans left the platform because Elon bought it. If you believe that,
that's stupid.
No way.
Get out of here.
No way.
Jeez.
Stop it.
All right. Almost every day we hear about another major corporation that's gone woke, whether it's Coke or Disney. I mean, tormenting their employees with leftist propaganda, funding organizations who seem to hate this country and traditional values and the Constitution. That's why I am proud to support and love Patriot Mobile. It's America's only Christian conservative cell phone provider. They offer the same nationwide coverage because, by now they're on the same towers as the major carriers. So you're going to get the same service. Plus the peace of mind that your money is supporting free speech and life and liberty. Patriot Mobile has plans to fit any budget, and their 100% U.S.-based customer support team provides exceptional customer service. Patriot Mobile shares your values. They're fighting for religious freedom. They're fighting for constitutional rights, for sanctity of life. Go to patriotmobile.com/Pat or call 972-PATRIOT. You'll get free activation when you use the offer code PAT. Veterans and first responders save even more. So make that switch today. It's time to support companies that support you and your values. patriotmobile.com/Pat or 972-PATRIOT.
Pat Gray.
Yeah. Got some tweets here. Concerning the plant-based, life-centered diet or whatever it was that Eric Adams talked about. Plant-based centered life. Okay, yeah. Decaffeinated Texan tweets, cows eat plants. I eat the cow. I get my veggies in concentrated form.
Okay.
I mean, I can't eat as many veggies as a cow. Think about it.
Think about it.
Seriously,
or
think
as
about
Jeffy would say it, think about it. The deplorable Mr. Jackwagon tweets. So when is National Plant-Based Meat Substitute Day? Oh, that's
coming up.
I'll bet it's already here. I'll bet there is one. I'll bet there's a day in the calendar.
Let's see. It's the 24th of never.
Okay.
No, I'll look that up. That's a good question.
Maurice, the space gangster of love, tweets, they're going to actually cast a woman as Barbie? I'm shocked. Yes, they are.
Oh, I know.
Yeah, they are. I guess. I mean, I don't know how Margot Robbie identifies. I'm assuming, but again, that's just based on visuals. So I don't know.
It's a surprise that it's Margot Robbie and not, say, Rachel Levine.
Rachel Levine would be just
toss up,
ravishing as Barbie.
I know.
Toss up. Plant Power Day is celebrated every March 7th to raise awareness, there it is again, about the benefits of sustainable eating and encourage everyone to embrace plant-based diets.
So instead of lighting themselves on fire, they actually went with a day to celebrate that and raise awareness.
Yeah.
Okay.
Dude should have
That's interesting. That's another way to go.
Sure.
You know, you could set yourself on fire.
Okay.
Or you could proclaim a day in which you raise awareness.
And if I'm forced to eat all of that food on March 7th, I might choose the set myself on fire option instead.
Okay. Well,
to each his own.
each his own. Exactly right.
Choose a better news cycle day.
Not Friday.
Not Friday.
Don't do Friday at
Friday
6:05.
evening, nobody cares.
That doesn't work.
We've all gone home. Nobody cares. We'll talk about it maybe on Monday or Tuesday, maybe Wednesday.
Or maybe Wednesday. That's when it finally hit us.
Yeah, maybe we're not kidding you. That's not going to make the weekend cycle.
No, it's not. Right. Proud American tweets: who wants to bet that dress was someone's Halloween costume once or twice while it was missing? Oh, for sure.
Oh yeah,
I bet it was. Yeah. By the way, the one we have in our hallway, it's apparently a reproduction.
So he needs to buy this one.
For just $800
Get
grand.
to it.
Sure.
That's too bad. I had plans on going to Mexico with you gentlemen after the show.
I mean, you can go.
No need now.
I said with you guys. I mean, what are you trying to get rid of me?
Toothpaste Words tweets, look at the state of our country. Simply an explanation of why pot sales are up. Probably. Decaffeinated Texan tweets, I'm hoping for the day to return when being a straight white man is just a thing again, as opposed to being a bad thing.
Yeah, why is it cool to be a racist right now against white men?
I don't know. I honestly don't know. But here's an interesting fact. The first black woman has just launched.
Yeah.
The first black woman to ever serve on the International Space Station. Right? I guess they haven't had a black astronaut or a black woman.
Right. They launched this morning.
Yeah.
Headed up there for 6 months.
Talk about the racism. Right. They discriminated against her so much that they sent her off the planet.
Wow, launched her into space.
Can it be any more racist than that?
Pretty obvious, is it not?
It could not be any more racist than that.
Somebody's going to spin it that way. They're so racist now that they're discriminating against black women by sending them off the planet. That's how racist they are. Also, Harvard is doing some $100 million we're making up for slavery thing.
Yeah, they released a report yesterday tying slavery to several university presidents, faculty, and staff between the university's founding in 1636 and 1783. So Harvard leaders enslaved more than 70 black and indigenous people during that time frame. Which is probably an undercount.
Oh, I bet it is.
So how much are they giving? $100 million?
Yeah,
$100 million.
But their endowment is worth $53.2 billion.
Billion, yeah. This is just $100 million.
If they literally built Harvard on the backs of slaves, then shouldn't $53.2 billion go to this cause?
Yes.
Well, in their 134-page report, they recognized the university as complicit in racial segregation and discrimination well into the 20th century.
Well, then $100 million's not nearly enough. Okay, if they're responsible for slavery in America,
give it all.
Yeah.
They're going to provide educational opportunities for those descended from enslaved people.
Okay.
However, the report does stop short of recommending direct financial reparations.
Why? They've got, again, their endowment is $53 billion. You know how long they could fund minorities going to school at Harvard for free? A long time. They could host 25,000 black students a year, pay for the entire tuition for 50 years.
Right. Yeah.
It's 50 years.
About 90 schools now, including William and Mary and the University of Virginia, and Brown University was the first Ivy League school to acknowledge ties to slavery.
Well, then, the elite schools.
So they are dedicated to researching and atoning for it.
Atoning.
Wow.
So, okay. I mean, Georgetown.
That almost sounds religious. They better watch out.
Georgetown has even set up a fund to provide reparations.
Huh.
So,
okay.
Good luck. God bless.
Yeah, good for them.
I'm in it.
Good for them.
In fact, I believe that I am a descendant.
Yeah, me too.
During an economic crisis in 1838, the Maryland Jesuits, who founded what is now Georgetown, had a financial comeback through the sale of 272 slaves. Jeez. Under a 2021 deal, the Jesuits agreed to raise $100 million for a new foundation dedicated to fighting racism, with the hopes it would one day be a $1 billion institution. I'm sorry, that's not enough. That's not enough.
I'm with you.
Are you directly tied to it like that? Sorry. Yeah, it's just not enough. I mean, they're trying to pin this on the rest of us who never had slaves. My ancestors weren't even here to do that.
Thank you.
And you're directly tied to it? No, I'm sorry, that's not enough. Not nearly.
Pat Gray.
What number do people call to get on the air? Do we have that number?
Why, yes, there is a phone number you can call. 888-900-3393. It's Pat Gray Unleashed on the Blaze.
That's interesting.
Let me tell you about real estate agents I trust. Selling your home is a big challenge. It's really stressful. It's not fun because, you're stressed all the time about whether you're going to sell it quickly and for the most amount of money. And then, getting there in the first place is difficult because what kind of repairs should you make? We're going through that whole process right now. Not necessarily going to sell it, but just trying to update it because what's it been? How long have we been here? 12 years?
10 years.
11
exactly.
years. 10 years.
Oh, my gosh.
We've been here
What is
10 years.
Antique now?
Yeah, it is. It's gotten old. Yeah, I'm sorry, Jeffy. It's gotten old. And my wife is on a rampage right now. So there's no stopping it. There's just no stopping
Well, there
it.
is if you were, man enough to step up.
You tell me about it.
Let's talk about your place.
Tell me about it. So you need a great realtor who can steer you in the right direction. Should you repaint? Should you repaint the inside, the outside, neither, both? What do you do? Do you change all of the countertops and spend all that money on it? Do you, flooring and all that? That's where Real Estate Agents I Trust come in because they're excellent and they know how to do this. Real Estate Agents I Trust. The name says it all. RealEstateAgentsITrust.com.
Pat Gray Unleashed.
Exactly. Welcome. Remember the Microsoft paperclip in Microsoft Word? The paperclip would pop up and give you a handy little suggestion on something.
Clippy? Is that right?
It might have been, yeah.
Maybe. I don't know.
Sounds right.
I don't
Yes,
remember.
I'm getting confirmation, yes. Okay.
I'm not sure I ever was familiar with it on a first name basis. I don't think I was.
Annoying.
Yeah, he'd say, "Hey, I'm Clippy. Let's party."
Okay.
And you're like, go away,
All right.
Clippy. You suck.
Well, now Google Docs is featuring an inclusive warning.
This is horrific.
So it pops up telling users to choose chairperson, for instance, instead of chairman.
Oh, that's nice.
And other woke nonsense like that.
That's nice of them.
Yeah, isn't it nice? Yeah, it's nice. Sure. That's the word we'll go with.
Being a hateful person,
Nice.
you don't have to accept it.
So this is
giving
basically
options.
a woke Clippy.
Yes.
Is where we're at right now.
That is exactly where we are. And even Vice took this for a test drive and called it annoying as hell. I love that. Even Vice doesn't like it. And why? Why do I need to be reminded about all this inclusion stuff? If I'm writing about a man, for instance, who speaks for a certain entity, a corporation, or a government, and it's a man, and I call him a spokesman,
How dare you?
I don't necessarily... Do I have to include every spokesperson who's not a man in that? No, I don't have to.
Because I'm talking about
Because I'm talking about that spokesman.
It's ridiculous.
Why would I have to include every spokesman? I don't. If it's a woman, I could certainly choose spokeswoman or spokesperson if you want, but I don't have to include every single living person.
But by default, right there, they're saying that by not doing that, you're disregarding all of them.
No, I'm not. No, I'm not. I'm just talking about this specific spokesperson. I'm talking about this spokesman.
Don't raise your voice to me. I think you're
I don't have to
disregarding,
acknowledge everybody who spokes for other people. I don't have to in everything I write.
Oh, and some of the examples.
I don't have to.
Some of the examples that they cite in that article
it's unreal.
Are maddening.
It's unreal. It really is. So, yeah, you've got... Oh, this is great. One of the staffers at Vice, because they were using the Google Doc thing.
Yeah.
Typed in the word motherboard.
Okay.
Oh.
Which is the name of the Vice department reporting on the new Google Docs feature. The inclusive warning pop-up indicated that some of these words may not be inclusive to all readers. Consider using different words.
Get off my screen.
No. How about no?
How about no?
There you go.
How about no?
How about no?
And that's what that X means. Just click on the X
hold on.
and it goes
You know
away.
how Clippy you could just turn that feature off and he won't go ding, 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 ding on your little monitor.
Can you turn this off?
I don't know. I haven't tried this.
I looked for that in the article I read, and it didn't have it. It didn't say whether or not you could turn
While you
it
read
off.
this, I'm going to...
And why would you want to turn it off? Because don't you want to know?
No, I don't. No, I do not.
You can be
I think I just made that clear,
inclusive.
didn't I? No, I don't want to be more exclusive.
I'm going to mess around with Google Docs right now, see what happens.
You know what? When I'm writing something, that's not my intent, to include every single living person who is in that particular job description.
That right there is the problem.
Is that the
friend.
problem?
Oh, no.
Well, tough. It's going to continue to be a major problem then.
Let me type in
'Cause I'm not gonna
motherboard
do it.
here. Motherboard.
Okay? I'm not going to do it.
I didn't get a warning.
Vice also said an excerpt from former President John F. Kennedy's inaugural address was typed in, and a suggestion came back to change the phrase "for all mankind" to "for all humankind."
Get off my screen.
Yeah.
Oh.
Sorry, that's not the quote, so stick it. However, the outlet added that a transcribed interview of neo-Nazi and former Klan leader David Duke, in which he uses the N-word and talks about hunting black people, gets no notes.
What is...
Wow.
That is perfect.
That's incredible.
perfect. That is your inclusive world today. That's exactly
sure
where we
is.
wind up with these dummies, these buffoons.
Wow,
is that incredible?
Good
It's hard
stuff.
to take. It's really hard to take. All right. 888-900-3393. We're back wondering whether or not we have to wear masks in certain places. And on the airplane, if you're not wearing a mask, you're actually killing the other passengers. I don't know if you're aware of that.
I know somebody who flew on Sunday and Tuesday, just a few days ago, yesterday as well, and nobody on either flight was wearing a mask.
Not one person
Not one
chose.
person. Nobody chose.
Think about that.
But they tell
Nobody
us.
chose
They
to.
tell us though. They try to make us believe
that 60% want.
Yeah, majority of people still want it.
Yeah.
Yeah, they sure do. This poll in USA Today.
They want other people to wear it, not them.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. But this poll talks about how the percentage of U.S. adults who favor mandatory mask wearing.
Mm-hmm.
All right, and they're saying that the 71% of plus 60 adults mandatory mask wearing.
I don't believe that.
62% of adults 60 plus at attending crowded events. 61% interacting with customers 60 plus. And then it talks about 18 to 59 is, traveling 50%, attending crowded events 43%, interacting with customers 44%. There's no way that's true.
Mm-mm.
No way. Look around.
Mm-mm.
And here's the thing, Pat.
Mm-hmm. What's the thing, Jeffy?
They can still wear a mask if they want to.
Is that really? Is that a thing?
Yeah.
No.
Huh.
That's
Well, no, but there's no mask mandate now.
I know.
So
but
they don't have to.
But they can.
Oh, wow.
They still can.
Really? Your point is that they don't have to, but they can if they want to.
I know.
So I guess while a mere 40% of us have
What a
moved on.
country.
I guess according to the stats, only 40% of us have moved on from masks, as opposed to 99.9. There's still an element of the cult out there. And the guy in this video at Costco
is part of that cult.
He's part of the cult, and he cannot stand the thought of other people not wearing a mask.
You
Look at
think
this
it's
freak.
true?
Look at this.
Here's a mask wearer.
Yeah, this is absolutely true.
Check out this mask wearer in Costco.
He's got mace. He's holding mace up at the manager because he's too close to him.
You have got to be kidding me.
And you can hear. Listen, he's saying.
Oh my goodness!
Okay, that.
Well, and then he runs over and pushes him.
That's assault.
Hey, stupid!
I think you are not social distancing there.
Right. Well, that is bizarre.
So the guy says, "I'm going to call the cops."
Okay, the guy is a lunatic. He's a nut.
Yeah.
Something's wrong with him. Right?
Yes, that's got to do more with
something's wrong with him.
Than just mask.
Drunk, drugs, mental illness, something going on.
Or maybe
there.
it's the small talk got to him.
Yeah, that could be too. It could be too. How's your day going?
Yeah, that's what.
Far.
Now you know the rest of the story. So then he just realizes he's calling the cops, and he just leaves his purchase.
Now he's going.
I think that has more to do with the little mental issue than the mask.
So,
which I'm sure the last 2 years has really helped.
Yeah,
I'm sure
it's
helped
probably
people
exacerbated whatever problem he had.
Yes, thanks to
probably
the
true.
help. I know Fauci just got done saying the U.S. is not in pandemic mode anymore.
Oh, is that right?
No kidding.
Yeah.
Thank you,
Tony.
You're right.
Got it.
Did he say that when he was talking to that reporter who
I
was
don't
about
know.
3 feet taller than he
Did you
is?
see? This is
Look at this.
unbelievable.
Look at that.
I mean, I did not realize that he was a midget or a short person.
He's
or a
like a
little person.
Lilliputian there.
Right.
That's unbelievable.
Yeah.
Look at that. He's like a hobbit.
Yes.
If he was barefoot and had hairy feet, he
might.
would be a hobbit.
Yeah, that's so. Okay,
Look at that.
And the reason that this picture has lived in infamy, it was the last tweet under the CNN Plus account right before the announcement that they were going out of business. And it still, I just checked the account right now. It's still there at the top of their feed. This is going to be the last tweet CNN Plus ever put
So they said
out.
that they're closing down at the end of this
End of
month,
Saturday.
right?
Yeah, so Saturday. Shutting it down.
I mean, nobody would decided we're not going to social.
I guess we're not.
media
Yeah, I guess we're not going to
anything,
tweet between now and then.
Well,
They've
then
given up.
Then I'm not going to tweet.
Right. They've given up. It's hysterical.
Okay.
That's great.
How are we going to fill that void in our life?
I don't know, but I also didn't know how short Anthony Fauci
I did not.
Oh, the
I
memes,
didn't either.
The memes that have come out of this. There's the best one is a ruler next to Anthony Fauci.
That's funny.
It shows he's about a foot tall.
I didn't realize that either. I mean, I thought it had to be an optical illusion at first, right?
No.
When I first saw it, but
he's only 5'7". He's 5'7". That's crazy. Wow.
He looks a lot shorter than that.
He does. He looks about 3'7" in that picture. It's really funny.
He must be being interviewed by the Amazonian woman.
It's so good.
That's great. Also, the other really big thing that's going on that I'm a little sick of is the Johnny Depp Amber Heard trial again. He's suing her for $50 million. She's
50.
suing him for $100 million.
Right.
And so we'll see who wins this time. But I mean, they're both crazy.
Yes.
They're both crazy as
and
loons.
that's fair. And that's part of the problem I have is that I do like it. It makes me smile and things are sad. It makes me happy.
Somebody else's life sucks more than
makes me
mine.
happy.
Again, it's liberals eating their
And I don't
own.
even know that that's true, to be honest. But okay, somebody else's life sucks as bad, not worse.
Right.
But it's just tiring.
Well, yeah, and there was
all the BS.
There was audio.
They're both crazy.
They
You're
played.
right.
They played in court where she basically says, "Oh, you think they're going to believe you? Johnny Depp was beat up. A man was beat up by a woman." And so, I mean, she's obviously
made a
a
good
bad
case.
person. Yeah, I think he has made a good case. I thought it was a fun moment at the trial with her attorney, one of her attorneys.
Yeah, yesterday.
This is kind of a weird. I've never seen this
He
before.
objects to his own question.
Watch this.
Dr. Kipper told me he sustained an injury on one of his
Well,
fingers.
objection, hearsay.
Wait, you asked the question.
Okay. Okay. So he sustained
And they're laughing. Johnny Depp and his lawyer are laughing.
Oh, that's great.
I don't like what you're saying right now. Let's stop it.
It's
the question.
It's your question. How can
It's
you
your
object to
guy.
your own question?
Dr. Kipper told me he sustained an injury on one of his
Well,
fingers.
objection, hearsay.
Wait, you asked the question.
Okay. You said he sustained an injury.
Oh! I
great
did.
is
You're
that?
right. You're right. Good point.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
That's right. Yeah, I forgot where I was at.
That's the old theory. Don't ask a question you don't know the answer to.
Right.
Objection, hearsay.
Yeah.
Hearsay.
You asked the
Oh yeah.
question.
Okay. My bad. Sorry.
Yeah.
Good point, Judge. Thank you.
Yeah.
Boy, that judge is getting sick of her attorneys too. There's a lot of
And there's just, I mean, I thought he put on a pretty good case, and now we're hearing from some of her people, and we're hearing about how we heard from the person who runs his island how he was drunk and passed out on the beach underneath the hammock, and I thought
that's my island.
Yeah, that's why I have an island.
Right.
So if I get drunk on the hammock, I can roll over and pass out, and you can come and make sure I'm okay.
How is that evidence? Oh my gosh! Yeah.
But the kids were there, and they're trying to make that into he didn't care about being sober around the kids, and they had.
Wait, they have kids? They don't have kids, do they?
There were some. Yeah, there were some kids there. Yeah. Not from them, though.
Okay.
Not from them.
Yeah, he's got kids.
Yeah, from the other marriage, right? Yeah.
And they were there.
First marriage, yeah.
He let his children around that crazy little
Well, he
Amber
eventually,
Heard.
I guess
Yikes.
the kids led the way on distancing themselves from her before he did.
Really?
They knew. They knew.
Wow. Yeah. Are they older? Like teens or early 20s?
They are now.
Yeah. All right. Let me tell you about Omega XL. We have all kinds of joints in our bodies, 360 of them to be exact. And they take a beating with daily activity and with aging. And so then your joints get painful and they become inflamed and they have inflammation, and then you can't stop the pain. And if you've tried a lot of other things, please give Omega XL a try. Omega XL. I put it off too for a while because it's all natural. And it comes from the omega fatty acids around the waters of New Zealand, and it really works. It's not a drug that you're going to become addicted to, so you don't have to worry about that, and it actually works. It helps produce rejuvenate your SPMs, which are nature's way of keeping your joints healthy. And this restores SPMs, rejuvenates your joints and your muscles so that you can move again, you can feel better again. Order Omega XL right now at omegaxl.com/Pat. That's omegaxl.com/Pat. Or you could call them at 800-844-4888.
This is Pat Gray Unleashed.
Welcome. Great to have you with us. 888-900-3393. Also at Pat Unleashed on Twitter. This is great. 6,000 migrants. That connotes something legal happening.
Yes,
there.
it does.
This is not something legal happening.
Is that you, Clippy?
Yes, I'm the anti-Clippy. That doesn't have to be politically correct. We're going to call these illegal aliens.
Okay.
6,000 illegal aliens in Tijuana waiting to rush the U.S.-Mexico border for when Title 42 ends. Oh, my gosh.
Which it's not going to now, right? I mean, we had
May 23rd. It's still...
What do you mean it's not going to?
I thought a federal judge put a pause on that bad boy.
That judge said that you can't end it before then.
Right. Yeah, that's
so
what.
They're
that's
still
what the
locked into
federal
May
judge
23rd right now.
Bastards.
Right. Yeah. Exactly. And well, I mean, let's listen to Biden. Maybe this will clear it all.
Oh, okay.
On Title 42, sir, are you considering delaying lifting Title 42?
No, what I'm considering is continuing to hear from first of all, there's going to be an appeal.
There's an appeal
by the Justice Department
on Title 42 by the
because as a matter of principle, we want to be able to be in a position where, if in fact it is strongly concluded by
the scientists,
scientists,
right,
that we
on
need
Title 42,
really, that we be able to do that. But there has been no decision on extending Title 42.
Very embarrassing.
Just embarrassing.
He doesn't even know what he's talking about, and he's conflating two different things.
Joe.
No, we're talking about Title 42, stupid, not the mask mandate.
I know you
Wake
conflated
up!
the two. What are you doing?
Come on, man.
Right.
Use his own words against him.
No joke.
No joke. You're really screwing things up there, man. Why don't we go outside and do some push-ups? You want to go do some push-ups?
Oh, nice.
Let's go. Want to do that?
Bro.
So, anyway, they're privately admitting that up to 6,000 foreign nationals are in Tijuana right now waiting to rush the U.S.-Mexico border. Isn't that great?
Is it 10,000?
No, it's not. You're right. It's not 600,000 either.
Silver lining.
It's not.
Silver lining, Jeffy.
Silver lining. Sources close to Breitbart News said DHS officials noted 3,000 to 6,000 foreign nationals are in shelters in Tijuana, the Mexican city just across the border. And this is near San Diego. How many more do you think are along the borders of Arizona and Texas? I'll bet you tens of thousands are waiting to rush that border.
I mean, we now have our soldiers losing their lives to protect these people coming into the country.
That is such a horrible story.
It's so sad.
National Guard, who agent 22 years old, who was trying to save the lives of illegal drug dealers, and he himself drowned.
I know, very sad.
I just hate that. But an official said during a private meeting with Republican lawmakers, we are preparing for the worst case scenario on May 23rd, because that's when they all come rushing across the border together. Won't that be fun? Won't that be nice? That'll be so nice.
Yes.
Great. And it's just more people.
And I don't know that I appreciate it being called worst case scenario. I mean, I thought
that's
this
a
would
good
be the
point,
best
Jeffy.
case scenario.
Right. We got more people coming in. And that's what we want, don't we?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay, then. Shut up.
Fine.
I was for it.
What's your
I'm
problem?
for it.
You're right. What are you, a hater? You're a xenophobe. Is that what you are? If you don't think 6,000 people rushing into our country all at once is a good thing, you're a xenophobe.
I think they should all get phones and cash. And
they're all going to get phones and cash. How do you think they're going to call for their court appointment?
All get medical.
Oh my gosh! Wait a minute. Can you imagine? You're the one. There's got to be one illegal alien out there that actually uses the phone.
Migrant.
And then some. And so on the other end is a federal employee, and the phone rings for the first time ever. They're like, "What the hell? The thing's ringing.
Whoa.
Yo, what do I do?"
I thought this phone broke 35 years ago.
How do you say butt dial in Spanish?
Answer the phone. You're just like, hello? Hola? Wait, what? Hey, guys, I actually have one that's trying to make a court date with us.
Can you imagine
that?
that?
Oh, my gosh.
I wonder, are there any who actually make the phone call? There's got to be some,
yes,
I suppose.
Yeah, and you know what happens on the other end? The federal employee, the member of the Biden administration is like,
don't worry about it. Just,
hey, guys.
Where are you now?
Can y'all believe this?
Yeah.
This cat wants to make an actual court appointment.
Where are you? Des Moines, Iowa? Yeah, okay, never mind.
Just stay there. Just stay put. You're good. You're good.
Okay, Salt Lake City, Utah? Yeah, just stay there.
That's fine.
New York City, New York? Yeah, just stay there. Don't worry about it. It's too far. This is too far. Don't worry about it. You know that's what they're told.
You were bused to D.C. from Texas? Yeah, no, you're fine.
Don't worry about it. You're fine. That's okay.
Oh, no, actually, no. They would probably say, okay, get on a bus that's headed back toward Texas.
Yeah, no kidding.
That's what they have been doing. They pick them up in D.C., put them on another bus for some other town, and just send them. Just send them there.
Which is great. And the towns
isn't it great?
Towns are accepting.
Isn't that great? Yeah. You know where they should send them is Delaware. Instead of D.C., send them to Joe Biden's house.
Because I was thinking,
get you an address here.
I was thinking another place, like back to Mexico.
Well, there's that.
Send back them.
Except they're not going to. They're not going to. So
I know that.
So there you go.
Should. That's what I'm saying.
From the Babylon Bee, we have this interesting story. Musk's Twitter purchase fails after 138,000 board members votes were found overnight. I love it.
Really funny.
That's really funny. Yeah, that's great.
Really funny. They had another one about how he changed Bill Gates' Twitter account too. Babylon Bee had a joke. I don't have it in front of me now. Where Musk changes because he's been having a battle with Bill Gates,
pregnant man,
pregnant man stuff, and Babylon Bee said that he changed Bill Gates' Twitter account to just say answer all tweets poopy face, something like that. It's just something stupid but really funny. Funnier
probably
than that.
Had to be there.
Funnier
yeah,
than
you
that.
probably had to read it or be there.
I mean,
good payoff though.
Yeah, well.
Pat Gray, only on the Blaze Radio Network.